and all, this is Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera. I am your host, Ernie Rivera, and I am here with my friend Marie Tang right now. Hello, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Oh, awesome. Thank you. It's so great to see you here today. It's been a little bit, hasn't it?
It really has. It really has.
The last project we worked on was for Loyola Marymount.
I think so, yeah. And then we were like in the middle of nowhere, luckily closer to me than to you. But it was fun. It was like a 1950s retro project. It was interesting. I loved my makeup.
Yeah, it was really cool. You know, I think I'm gonna put some pictures on here if that's okay with you from the project. But yeah, we were out in the middle of nowhere, and like I had no cell, and I'm like, oh man, today's the day that they're gonna get me out there or something.
I remember we left, I think it was like 2 a.m. or something, and I was like, I need to follow you home because it's like it felt so dark. I was so nervous. I'm like, we have to leave at the same time because it was kind of scary. But yes, I remember, and I'm still scared to drive through that area. In fact, like I'm very close to it, but I'm just like, ugh. But they use it a lot for film shoots, so, and I can see why.
It was really beautiful out there, the set.
Yes.
Well, today we're going to talk about the benefits of learning a second language, and we have your lovely books right here. I love these. I was reading through them earlier today, right? And I didn't realize that you designed them every bit as much for parents as for children.
Yes, and well, actually, Ernie, do you speak a second language?
I do. I grew up speaking Spanish.
Oh my God, really? I didn't know that. That's amazing.
Me llamo Ernie. ¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, ¿y tú?
Oh, muy bien. Gracias de mucho.
Estudio español para 3 años en mi escuela, pero no entiendo muchas palabras. So it's very limited. So that's all I know because of the 3 years of high school Spanish. But my kids, they're enrolled in a dual language immersion program. I have 3. And one's in kindergarten, one's in first. And once my school district offered dual language immersion, which is your kids are in at kindergarten, the teachers pretend they can't speak English. So the kids are forced to listen and try to communicate in their learned language. And I have been so impressed. And, you know, I was trying to like figure out from the other parent friends, like, oh, are you going to enroll your daughter in the DLI program? And they're like, no. And it's because they didn't know the language, but I don't know the language either, but it's intimidating. And I was trying to figure out, like, why are parents like not wanting to do this? There's so many benefits to being bilingual. And I realized like, it's because, you know, there isn't material like mine. I was searching for things like mine that would encourage parents, me, like monolingual parents that just, we don't have the time, we don't have the patience to learn something new. But obviously we want our children to grow and learn something new and be better than we were. So I wanted to give parents a chance to be like, I can do this too. Even though my children are going to take on the bulk of the work to learn, I could do it with them. And at least I have some control, some abilities to participate with my children, even though I don't have the knowledge.
Right. I mean, that's so amazing, you know, because here's the thing, right? Like, my brother, he has a son, and my brother and I both speak Spanish, but like I've noticed that as you know, as generations move forward, it's easier to lose the language. So I think this is like a really important thing you're doing right here, that's giving children the opportunity to learn other languages, but also to kind of reconnect to their places of origin, to kind of feel a deeper connection to it. And that's really amazing.
You know, that's my secondary reason for doing it. In fact, on my messy desk, I think I have my Tagalog version. It's the same book, but obviously this is a test version. But basically, I had a huge amount of guilt. My husband is half Mexican as well. And so my kids are learning Spanish, but we live in Southern California, so it's really kind of simple for them to just take it on. But I was like, you know, they aren't getting anything about the Philippines.
Oh yeah.
Well, I'm not passing anything on because when my parents moved here and I was born here, so I'm first generation, they decided not to teach us. So I have nothing. I have nothing to offer my children. And I felt like that was a huge mistake. Not on my parents. I don't blame them for not teaching us. There was a reason in the 80s and 90s not to teach your children a second language.
Oh no, I absolutely understand that. I've had teachers who have spoken out about that, saying like basically when they were being brought up, their parents wanted them to learn only English so that they could thrive here in the States. But the fact is that it's always going to be beneficial to learn another language.
Yes, and one of the things that they're taught at our school or when we enrolled the children was that the knowledge of your own heritage language or your own heritage actually is an essential part of your own identity. So it creates more confidence. And I don't know, for me, I was in a diverse school, it's generally white and Hispanic, and it was just I kind of felt lost in the mix, I guess. I felt like I didn't fit in anywhere, and that was part of me. I didn't connect to my own friends who knew maybe Tagalog, who kind of felt more deeper connected to their own heritage than me. So I felt lost, and so I totally understand why the importance of trying to grasp something of your own heritage that makes you feel more confident about yourself.
I understand absolutely what you're saying, because when I was being brought up, even though I've been speaking Spanish since I was a little boy, my Spanish is still somewhat limited. It's definitely not perfect. And so I always felt like I was kind of I don't know, in an in-between stage, and I feel had I had these books growing up, it would have helped me a lot more to kind of like you say, reconnect, but also to broaden myself.
Well, and also even for your brother with your nephews, let's say he's in the same stage, very limited Spanish, right?
Yeah.
Use the books, because then it's really kind of let me just show a little bit. This is the Tagalog. Oh, it's got notes in it, but that's okay. I offer the phonetic translation, because sometimes when we say things, and also goodness, they say learning English is hard, but how every language has a structure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
And then so what we think is the red house. In Spanish, it's the house of red, right? Or
yeah.
Anyway, so the structure is always different. So I think a lot of times it's as adults we're way too analytical when it comes to learning a new language. We're oh, okay, we're supposed to say it like this. And Tagalog is even worse. My God, the way that you have to, when you speak past tense, when I was translating the books, I was wow, it's so intense. But it's only helpful, like you were saying, if you know just a little bit, but it's not enough to boost your confidence. It's nice to have a product, in my mind, this is why I made it, that can spell it out for you. It's so easy. If you're trying to teach your child, at least it's right there for you. You know a little bit, but not enough, but at least the guide is there.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holding your hand through the process.
Yeah, there's so many different, certain languages have basically, I know Japanese, a lot of it is flipped from the United States, the sentence structure. It's flipped, and it's also what is it? We're a stressed language, but they're a maritime language, so every syllable is the same.
Yes.
And it's important to learn these little tricks early on. I had some dialect classes, and I think I went to acting school, but I think the dialect classes actually helped me improve my Spanish, and I think that learning it phonetically is a great way to go about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. And the one thing that I stress about these books is that no one's really going to be fluent by using this book, and to be honest, by one product alone. If you really want to be bilingual or really know a language, it really takes more than just getting a book or having the app and sort of thing. It takes full immersion. You have to have confidence. So Ernie, the fact that you know Spanish, but you may feel you're limited, the fact, even people who are fluent in Spanish probably appreciate the fact that you're trying. That's sort of there's a term, in the Philippines, generally, they see a lot of Americanized Filipinos. And when they come over, even with their broken or not really good Tagalog, they appreciate it because it shows that you have pride and you are trying to connect. And that's more important than being perfect in your accent or anything like that. I think one of the biggest fears that people have is when they are learning, they make it feel like they're making fun of it. And it's not, it's all in tone. Like, I mean, are you saying it in broken, in a way to be funny? You're not, you're trying. So we always have to come from the standpoint, like we're trying to better ourselves. And I think people will be receptive to that, to never feel like, embarrassed to try.
Yeah, I absolutely love talking to you today. I think this is like really amazing, this book series. I plan to pick up a few for my nephew. I hope it helps with his Spanish. I was wondering, is there anything else you might like to say right now at this time?
No, I mean, thank you so much for having me. It's been, it's been a challenge for me setting this all up all on my own. I worked with the Small Business Development Center. If anyone's working on a small business, it's provided by the Small Business Administration. Like there's different centers throughout the United States that can assist in advising you on your business. So I've had a lot of development. I started this during the pandemic. So it's slowly growing. I'm on Instagram, so you can find me on DLI Parent Books. DLI stands for Dual Language Immersion. I'm also on Facebook, LinkedIn. But, Ernie, I have to say, I've been looking at your other videos about how to create content, and I'm learning from you.
For real?
Yes, I am, because I was like, I just don't know how to do this, but I'm so inspired by you because you're really, you're really going for it. And like everyone tells me I have to do the same thing, but it really is a struggle. It's almost like we're the opposite. I need to do what you're doing.
Yeah, I feel like we could all learn from each other, and we all become a little bit better. We add to the collection of us.
Exactly, I agree. So it's so great. So I just, I really appreciate you having me on your show, and I love supporting you. I really do like a lot of your informational stuff. It's really good.
Thank you. Well, thank you for being our guest. I hope you have a great day today. Take care.
Thanks. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
That was absolutely amazing. I love talking to Marie whenever I have the chance. She's an absolutely amazing person, and I really love her book series. So it's really awesome. Thank you so much to our guest Marie Tang today for coming on and helping us learn the benefits of learning a second language and sharing it with our youngsters and picking it up as ourselves as adults. So thank you so much again, Marie Tang. This was so awesome to have you here. I thank you all very much for being with me here on Step Ahead with Ernie Rivera. I am your host, Ernie Rivera. I hope you press like, subscribe, and click that notification bell so that you get the new episodes as soon as they come out. So thank you so much, guys. Have a great day. Bye.